Thanks for joining us for yet another Creator Spotlight. This is episode number 4. We will be spotlighting Pokeshine.art.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
Guys.
What's up? How's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. My name's Stephanie, my real name. But I go as Pokeshine.art on TikTok, Instagram. I do have a Twitter, but I don't use it. And I've just been creating for the longest time. I started painting and drawing when I was in the 3rd grade, and I've loved it since. It's become a passion and kind of even like a side job. And it's all I really do. I just paint, draw, create, and yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
So what got you into Pokemon, and also what is your favorite Pokemon?
Oh, okay. So I know a lot of people. Most people I know have been into Pokemon since the 90s when it first came out. I was actually never into Pokemon. I didn't know about it until I really got into it when I started dating my current boyfriend. In fact, he took me to Target once and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna buy something for my collection." And I was like, "Okay, whatever." We go over.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He represent.
Repping.
Girls are Target spy. I mean, he works there.
And we go to the front, by the aisles, and we see all these cards, and I'm like, "What are you gonna buy? Like, why?" He's like, "I'm gonna buy some packs, like for my collection." He has this binder and everything, and I thought it was the dumbest thing ever. But then, after being together for a while, he would talk about, the Charizards, the Altarts, the rares, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool, like, and the art is just beautiful. It's, you get this whole variety of artists just illustrating these different Pokemons. You get different versions, and you can never stop collecting. It's a never-ending thing. And I started doing it with him. My wallet started suffering, but it was pretty cool. I liked it a lot. So he's the person that got me into Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon has to be Turtwig. And there's a little story behind it. I don't know if you guys want to hear it.
Let's hear it.
So
Do it.
Cool. I would ride the bus home with a couple kids. This kid Alejandro, he would sit in front of me all the time talking about Pokemon, just like boy stuff. Not that Pokemon wasn't into it. And one day he turns around from his seat and he's like, "Hey, you want to see my cards?" I was like, "Sure." He shows me like some starters: Chimchar, Turtwig, Squirtle, Piplup, different stuff. Yes, I love him. He's my favorite. And then I'm like, okay, these are pretty cool. He goes, "Do you want a card?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not? I'm not gonna say no." He's being nice. So I pick out Turtwig. He's like, "Well, that's yours now. That's your starter." I was like, okay.
That's actually kind of neat. I like that story.
Kept it, so he's my favorite.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So what got you into painting the cards, and when did that completely start, being a wonderful addition to your life?
So back in the year 2018, I was actually just scrolling through Instagram when I came across a post from, I believe her name is Lunumbra. She's, I think, the first person that's ever, altered cards and gotten pretty popular over it. And I saw it and I remember thinking, okay, that's pretty cool. Never thought of doing it. Again, I wasn't into Pokemon at the time. Fast forward to 2019, ends of 2019. My boyfriend yet again sent me the same thing. He's like, "Hey, like maybe you could do this." That was kind of when the whole pandemic was starting, and I was trapped at home. I lost my job over at the university. I used to be like a sculpture lab monitor and very physical stuff. But then now I'm home. What do I do? I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I took a coughing card and I looked at it and I was like, okay, I can add this and that. I started just going into it, and ever since that card, I've never been able to stop. It's just it's something that's very tedious. It kind of almost therapeutic. you get into the zone with it. You know, it's just you gotta make it perfect. You gotta make it cool. You gotta make it work. You know, makes you think. It's almost like a puzzle to me. I love it. I love the community, the artists, the people that just do like card openings. Everyone that's part of it.
The community is definitely awesome, and it's just amazing. Like, you know, most of us all started during the pandemic, and now we're friends and check in on each other. And you was like one of the first people that was my friend, and I messaged you, and I was like, hey, maybe we can do a little art trade or something.
Yeah.
And I still have the card, and it's my favorite card.
Oh my!
And it's just awesome. Look at this, guys.
I still have your trio that you sent me. I don't know if you can see it there.
I see it. It's right there, guys.
Yeah, that was great. You're the first person I ever traded with too.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now I'm gonna have to get my own artwork.
I know. I might have to do an art trade with you. I don't know. Have you ever seen my stuff?
No, I haven't.
You never seen my stuff? I think you have. You've commented on my stuff before. You never seen it? It's the Pokeball Fusions.
Oh, okay. Wait.
He does digital art and stuff.
So you're the one that mixes the two Pokemon and oh no way! Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's me.
That's so cool. What the heck? Awesome. I love that.
Do you paint anything else other than cards?
Yeah, I've been painting way before then. You know, I used to paint just portraiture, landscape, pretty much anything. I went to an art magnet school in the 3rd grade, and then, you know, middle for high school. So it's been just like, you know, rigorous art training, classes and things like that, photography, everything you can think of, sculpture, even like fashion design. So I kind of delve into like, I've been in every single kind of aspect of art that you can think of.
Amazing.
But I think, you know, my favorite has been like just portraiture. I work a lot with like acrylic. And you know, I like surrealism. So like things that aren't real, you're mixing things with other things to things that just don't make sense, right? Like but yeah, I used to love pen a lot, like pen and ink or watercolor and ink. I'm super into this the Ken Sugimori, one of the Pokemon illustrators from base set, Mitsuhiro Arita. That kind of 90s nostalgic kind of artwork, watercolor type stuff. But I remember back in high school, like, so portfolio reviewers would come from other schools to like recruit students. And I always considered myself to be like a fine artist, right? But when I would get reviewed by them, they would always be like, well, this isn't really like what we're looking for, but you would definitely fit in as an illustrator. And I would always like wonder why, right? And it just makes sense now looking back. Like I would kind of use very vibrant colors, very bold outlines, just kind of like, it's hard to describe, you know. It's the difference between illustration and like fine art. I don't know if one of you guys wants to talk about it, because even I still kind of, you know, there's like a fine line, or maybe there's a distinct difference, but I don't know. If you ask me to paint like something like Monet, or, you know, something that you would see like in a museum, I don't know. I guess I could do that, but I do prefer more like just illustration. Like give me a character. Like I will turn anything into like kind of like a character, and it's fun.
I got another two-part question.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite artist, and who's an artist that inspires you?
Oh, that's tough. I'm asked that a lot. Like, who's your favorite artist? And it just always changes. I don't know. I used to say like Gustav Klimt, the artist that is known for like the Kiss, because he does fall into the Art Nouveau category. Again, it's very kind of like illustrative work, very like beautiful, like decadent, like uses a lot of gold and very pastel colors, women blowing hair, things like that. I love his work. But then there's a bunch of other artists that I look up to, right? Every style is different. An artist almost usually sticks to one style, like one distinct style. They fall under like, their, the art period of the time. Like Picasso was a cubist, Monet was what was he? He was like an expressionist, very known for his brushstrokes. Van Gogh, But I like everything, like I pick a little bit from each artist. Modern artists now, I'm really into Daniel Arsham. I don't know if any of you guys have like seen his Pokemon collaborations. He does like these ancient kind of like fossilized Pokemon sculptures that have crystals.
Crystal.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Guy. So I'm not like a sculpture person, but like I do appreciate his work. I think it's pretty cool.
Definitely awesome.
An artist who inspires me, they even my artist friends that they're not celebrities or they're not in the books, they do inspire me for sure.
Do you play any of the games, or do you play the TCG? Like, do you know how to play or anything?
I actually don't. I don't know how to play the TCG. I collect the cards mainly, just for aesthetic purposes. I do try to complete collections and things like that. But as far as the games, I did buy my first ever Pokemon game was actually Shining Pearl. And I didn't get too far along because I was trying to shiny hunt for Turtwig, and so many resets. I still don't have him. I've just I'm not consistent. And I did buy Legends. Is it Arceus or Arceus?
It's a big debate.
The ultimate question, and there's so many answers. Most of them are wrong, but everyone's got their opinion. We want to know, what is your favorite Eevee evolution?
Ooh, there's so many, but I'm gonna have to go with. I really like Espeon.
So close.
That's a good one.
So close.
The right answer is, trust me, I know what it is. It's Umbreon, of course. Wait, oh my god, it's not?
Not for Gerald. Yeah, he likes Flareon. No, I'm just joking. He likes Vaporeon.
Gerald is a water boy. He loves everything water.
Vaporeon. Okay.
Gatorade.
You're wrong.
I
Wow.
love them all. I love them all.
So I was like, it's probably an Umbreon guy.
Nah, he's Vaporeon.
Okay. What about you guys? What are your favorite evolutions?
For me, Jolteon.
Yeah, I kind of like Sylveon, honestly.
I've never heard of Jolteon being someone's favorite evolution. That's interesting. Cool.
I have the original 3. Mine is Jolteon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but if all of them, Sylveon.
Sylveon's dope. I love Sylveon. The colors just work together really nicely. What about shiny? Shiny Umbreon's pretty cool.
Yeah,
the shiny Umbreon is pretty cool. I was not very impressed with the shiny Vaporeon going purple, but
I love the purple Vaporeon, and I love the shiny Espeon being green.
The alien! I actually like it.
They're amazing.
I like the green Espeon.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Umbreon has the worst shiny. It just changes the color of the circles.
No.
Get out.
But
Get out right now.
No, it's
No.
like
It's so cool with the black and the blue. What?
The worst one is probably Leafeon or Jolteon. It's just a very light shade off.
Oh, Glaceon does the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. Leafeon and Glaceon are just like a little darker than the normal colors.
Okay, and I'll argue this like I argue it every single time. Leafeon shiny should have been a fall version. Hands down, should have been fall. The end.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like an orangey, brownish.
Yep.
Like right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get the Funko Pop that's coming out of it and paint it to be a fall version.
That would be
That's
sick.
cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Cool.
So what should Glaceon's been? You know, since it's ice. Anybody?
Say it again.
What should have Glaceon's color been since it's an ice Pokemon?
Hmm.
Silver? I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't
that's a
know.
hard
Yeah.
Maybe
one.
like,
Melted puddle. No.
I was gonna say that. Dang it.
Steph, do you have any questions for us?
yes. Since you're all artists, I just wanted to know, how has has your style changed? Has your productivity changed? Like your ideas, how have they changed before the pandemic to now, currently, where we're standing?
Well, I'll answer that first. Mine hasn't changed at all. I unfortunately am considered one of the essential workers, so I didn't get a break to just stop, chill, stay at home. But yeah, it's still when I get a chance. I love to paint. I love Sharpie art. That's one of my favorite mediums to work with. So
For me, when I first started, it was during the pandemic, and I was doing a lot of resin art stuff, and I really enjoyed making it, and especially for friends and stuff. And then I took a break just because it felt like it was getting a little overwhelming. Um, and then from there, I still had this like desire inside of me that I wanted to create some other things. So I started messing around with Funko Pops and customizing them, and then I dabbled a little bit in like the art, like the card alters and stuff like that. So I mean, right now I just kind of feel like it's a little bit of everything, and yeah, that's what I made for Gerald right there. But I mean, I feel that it's always progressing. I feel that like now I think I'm kind of focused more like on digital art stuff, like designing shirts and stuff. But I don't know. I kind of like to think of myself as like a chameleon. Like I could just go and I'm still the same person, but kind of like surround myself with different backgrounds. Kind of. I don't know.
Super versatile.
Jamie.
So before the pandemic, I had stopped drawing for a long time because I injured my hands and I had really bad carpal tunnel. I actually had surgery on both my hands last year. Um, so I stopped drawing because I couldn't hold a pencil, and I would do like pen and ink kind of art. I wouldn't color it; it would just all be pen and ink. And I had sketchbook fulls, and then I just stopped. And I stopped for, I want to say, at least like maybe 6 or 7 years. I didn't draw anything, and what was it, like 3 years ago? When my wife got together, we got me an iPad, and I tried digital art, and I started kind of drawing with that a little bit. But it wasn't actually until the end of 2020. My wife and I were just kind of chilling in the living room, and I just had an idea. I just kind of drew a Pokeball, and then I put the Pikachu ears on it and stuff like that. And she's like, "Oh, that's so good!" So like I started doing that. So that's just kind of how it took off for me again. Um, I started making the Pokeballs, and then I got into other kind of like Pokemon art, and so I'm kind of broadened my horizons with digital art a little bit more. I can't paint or anything like that, but I can freehand draw in the digital art. So that's kind of how what I've been doing since then. That's the pandemic's really given me a lot of time to sit and kind of perfect everything. So
Wow. That's what I'm trying to get into, digital, because I'm the
digital
cannot. I'm like scared of it. I never, I actually, it's back here. I bought a Wacom tablet to try and learn. James actually convinced me. He's like, hey, like start designing. You could print stuff on shirts. So thank you for that.
No, you have such a talent, and all of the colors and everything that you put together, and your pictures like tell a story. So putting that on merch and putting that on the design, I think it's just going to be amazing. So I'm so happy that you opened your store. And for everybody, what's the name of your Etsy store?
It's just my same tag. It's Pokeshine.art. It's slowly but surely, I'm building up. Don't have too much on there, but it'll get there. So I'm working to become an art teacher, and my preferred age is like middle school, high school. But I was surprised. They threw me into this teacher assistant position, and I've just been doing everything all over the school. I've had a chance to work with second graders, third graders, up until high school, right? So I run the art club at my school, and sometimes I'll even get like elementary kids popping in and stuff. And you know this past summer I was working at a summer camp, and I got the kids involved with the altars, and they loved it. They like could not stop. They were super into it, and some of them like really blew me away. Like they blew me away, and they were even like pleasantly surprised themselves. They were like, you know what? Now I really want to paint. Now I want to work on a canvas. Now I want to draw this. And they even got into Pokemon. Some of them didn't know what it was. And it was just so nice to see, like them getting into something they had no idea or existed. And I would just, from what I know of Pokemon, which isn't a lot, um, I would just kind of, like get them hyped, right? And some of them now buy like boxes with their parents. They beg their parents to take them to card shops, and they'll, with the bulk, they'll like draw on them and stuff. It's beautiful. The
Amazing.
kids really just like, they're sponges. They absorb everything and anything you tell them about, like they'll just really get into it, and it's beautiful to see that passion, because it's like this innocence, right? Like they want to know everything about everything, so it's cool.
So Stephanie, where can everybody find you? What's your social media handles?
So you guys can find me on Instagram or TikTok. My name's Pokeshine.art. Just find me on there, give me a follow, message me if you want to talk. I'm always down to talk. Yeah, I love meeting new people, making friends, and yeah, that's where you guys can find me.
Awesome.
It was great talking to you guys, and really thank you for inviting me to speak with you and get to talk for a little bit.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Thanks so much.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.